Hey everyone, I'm back with another gameplay video for Domain Zoo. This time we'll be playing in a modern prelim on MTGO. If you're new to the deck, then I'll go into the deck tech here. Starting off, we are playing Domain Zoo, so this is what I would call an aggro tempo deck. It incorporates a little bit of both. So we've got some cheap threats in Wild Nacatl, Ragavan, and then these big 2-drop threats. So playing the domain mana base and taking advantage of the domain mechanic allows us to play some bigger creatures than what you would normally be able to play for 2 mana. Things like Territorial Kavu, which is a 5/5 brawler, Nishiba Brawler is a 5/3, and then you have Cyno Draco 4/4, and all of those have abilities as well that are relevant. So that's the aggro part of the deck. And then the tempo part of the deck is going to be all this powerful interaction. So we play with Stubborn Denial, we play with Lightning Bolt. We play with Tribal Flames, which is a very strong way to finish the game with 5 damage. We also play with Dromoka's Command, which is in one of the cards in the flex slot and can be very powerful in a lot of metas. Great against Urza Saga, great against Burn, great against a lot of things. And then we've got Leyline Binding, which of course is also extremely strong removal for just about any permanent, non-land permanent, that is. So we're kind of basically trying to apply early pressure and then disrupt the opponent's plan. We also have Remand as well to just give us some more permission. So that's the basic idea of what Domain Zoo is trying to do, at least this type of build. Looking at our sideboard, oh, sorry, and I'll talk about the mana base. So the hardest part about Domain Zoo for sure is the mana base. So I believe this to be the most optimal mana base for the spells that we're running in this deck. Um, you'll see that we've got a 4 of each of these major fetches. We do have basic forest and basic plains to help us against Blood Moon and matchups in like Burn and Prowess where like our life total is under pressure. And then we've got our Zagoth Triome, which can make Domain along with Sacred Foundry. And then we got our Savai Triome that can make Domain with Breeding Pool. And then the rest of the shocks are just to give us some flexibility to get 5 types or get the colors we need to cast the spells we need. And then looking at the sideboard, we've got the typical Graveyard Hate. Rest in Peace, I think, is some of the strongest Graveyard Hate in the game. And we are a deck that doesn't have any Graveyard synergy. So that's the one benefit is we can run just like this hardcore Graveyard Hate and not have to worry about it. We've got Prismatic Ending. That's kind of like a flex slot. This is nice to just have some extra removal, specifically for 1-drops. Things like Ragavan, Asmo, Hammer, uh, Amulet, things like where you just want to kill, you want to have like one extra spell, especially on the draw to kill a threat, or something that's important for the opponent in the early game. Prismatic Ending is useful, so that's why I have it here. We've got Wear Tear. That's going to be our artifact and enchantment hate. Um, it's very good against Urza Saga, very good against things like it's obviously good against Blood Moon, but I actually won't board this in just for Blood Moon. I think it's too narrow. But I will bring it in anytime you need artifact or enchantment hate. We've got Flusterstorm that's going to mostly hit things like creativity and also all the Cascade matchups. We've got Teferi also there for Cascade matchups and control matchups. Also very good against Murktide because he just serves as another threat. We got 2 Veil of Summers. That's primarily for scam. Can also come in control matchups. Can come in against some like Merfolk, Goblins, things like that. We've got Dromoka's Command. So we got one in the main deck and then one in the side. And then the second one will come in relevant matchups. It's very good against Burn, very good against Urza Saga decks, very good against. It's just a very versatile spell that can do a lot of great things. So it comes in a lot of matchups. And then we've got Hidetsugu Consumes All. That's primarily for your Hammertime matchups. It's also going to be good against Prowess. It's good against Artifact Affinity. It's good against Asmo food decks. So it's just a very strong board sweeper. And really helps in a lot of matchups. And then this deck does run a companion that's Gigantha. So I have seen some builds that like main deck things like Fire Ice, or maybe you want to use the Evoke Elementals to get some more powerful cards in the deck. And like obviously those cards are powerful, but I think Gigantha is very strong in this deck. Because what will happen in a lot of matchups is you might run out your threats, your opponent is gonna throw their interaction at it, and then both decks are gonna turn into top decking. And then it's just so strong to be able to have a 5/5 that's always there. And also is a Blood Moon hate card because you can play through Blood Moon and then use this Gigantha to still cast your spells. So very strong card. A lot of matchups like Scam, like Murktide, even like control matchups can just turn into top decking. So it's nice to always just be able to grab Gigantha. 2 companions have already been banned, so the companion mechanic is certainly strong, and we're a deck that can play a companion. So that's why I recommend using Giganthe, even though it means you lose out on certain powerful spells like Fury, Force of Vigor, Fire Ice. Like, those are all very strong cards, but I think it's not worth losing Giganthe to run those cards, in my opinion. So if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or what you think of the video. And enjoy. Okay, I'm here for round 1 of the prelim. Starting off, this hand is fine. We're going to keep. So depending on what my opponent does, I'll play either Nacatl or Ragavan turn 1. Okay, Bauble, so probably Murktide. Okay, he's going to play his Ragavan. I think I'm just going to bolt his. I could play mine, but then this game can spiral out of control if he has a removal spell, which he usually does because he's Murktide. So I'm just going to bolt it now in case he has Spell Pierce. Yeah, I'm going to do that with the Steam Vents. Obviously, I open myself up to a Dash Ragavan, but I'm not as worried about that. So I could go... No, I'm going to just get Steam Vents here. So next turn I can either double spell or play Nacatl and hold up Stub, depending on what he does. I do have to be a little wary of Blood Moon, but again, I don't know the decks are main decking Blood Moon anymore for Murktide. Okay, he's digging for something. It's a good sign for me. Okay, DRC. So he's already got Delirium, which is kind of annoying. I think I'm just going to play my Nacatl. Oops, no, I want this one anyway. I'm still at my draw step, apparently. Okay. I'm going to play my Nacatl and just hold up Stub in case Blood Moon. I could play Ragavan here, but I can also just dash Ragavan next turn if I need to. Again, I'm not sure if the Murktide decks are running Blood Moon in the main deck anymore, or if they're back to Archmage's Charm, or what they're doing. But I have to play around it a little bit at least. So he's going to attack first because he has to. Okay. Maybe he's just going to hold up Counterspell now. That'd be kind of annoying. Stubbing this doesn't really get me anywhere. He'll just pay the tax. So I'll just hold on to it. Double blue. Ledger Shredder. Oh, he's just going to go with the Murktide. Okay. 5/5 Murktide. So he doesn't have Delirium anymore, but he does have a bit of a faster clock. My life total does matter. But I think... So, let's see. I could shock in the Overgrown Tomb to play Scion with Stubby D up. But the problem with that is I'm going to go to 9. My life total is getting very low then, basically. Like, I'd have to chump Murktide. If I don't chump Murktide, I'm in really bad shape. But I could play a Triome, but then can't hold up Stubby D, and I feel like I have to hold up Stubby D. Dromoka's Command isn't that useful here just because his Murktide's 5/5. So I'm going to basically put myself on a 2-turn clock if I do this, but I guess I'm basically already on a 2-turn clock anyway, so. I mean, we'll just go for it. So, you can argue maybe I should have just stubbed my Unholy Heat on Nacatl, and then he wouldn't have been able to cast Murktide this turn. But I wanted to save it for a more juicy spell, but maybe that was stupid. But now he doesn't have Delirium anymore, so... Oh my god, are you serious? Alright, well, this game's basically over. I don't know that I put this, put it at the top of my library. I probably need a binding. I guess we'll just bottom it. Okay, I'm just play Ragman. Yeah, so he just had a really good hand. I mean, that was literally his last 2 cards in hand were Subtlety. So he had Ragman, DRC, Murktide, Unholy Heat. So just a good start for him. Now he just drew Iteration probably. Yep. So I think this game is pretty much over. Opponent had a good hand, drew well. I was on the draw. I think I just have to trade Ragmans here. So I'm down 3. Need like a binding. Brawler. No, I can't. Like, I don't have mana to play Brawler and Dromoka's Command to trade with Murktide. So, we'll just go to game 2. Okay, I'm going to take out Kavu and Brawler. I'm going to bring in Rest in Peace. I'm going to bring in Teferi. I think everything... Oh, and then I'm going to take out the Remans just because they're such a low curve deck that I think everything else is going to stay the same. I like to keep the 1-drop threats in on the play. On the draw, I'll probably bring in Prismatic Ending. I do have to worry about Blood Moon, but on the play, it's easier to deal with than on the draw. Maybe last game I should have just kept Scion on top. I could use it to chump Murktide and buy me another turn, so maybe that was a smarter play. I didn't think that through. I didn't think of the line of just chumping Murktide. I thought that would only have bought me 1 turn, but I guess that's not the worst. I didn't have mana, though, to cast Scion and Dromoka's Command to trade. So, because I could have put a counter and then chumped Murktide and then fought the DRC and basically wiped the whole board. But I didn't have mana for that. I would need a 4th land that wasn't a tap land. So, I'll be on the play this game. Okay, Sand is good. I do have a basic Forest, which helps against Blood Moon. So here I could get I really need to get blue and red here. It's just with what I have in hand. So we're just going to tap Steam Vents. Okay, we get another fetch land, which is good. So I'm just going to jam Kavu here. I do open myself up to Dress Down, but think it's better than just jamming Rest in Peace here. And then, like, I want to get some pressure on the board before I play Rest in Peace. It's probably got Consider or something. Nope, doesn't have anything. I don't think he'll be able to get Delirium in one turn. I mean, I guess he could feasibly. It's just hard to do. Of course, if he's just going to hold up, Dress Down, then that's fine. Or Counterspell, it's also fine. Do I want to jam Rest in Peace first? No. Dress Down? Yep. Again, like, I could have played Brawler there. It doesn't really make a difference. Suppose he could go Blood Moon here. Just do this. Actually, if I play my Brawler... Sorry, I'm trying to think about this. I don't have Basic Plane, so I want to play something. It's useful for this. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to think for a second if I could have casted Binding in response. It's when it enters the battlefield, but it's a trigger. So if I could have binded the Dress Down in response to it, if it still would have triggered. I think that was a punt. I think I was supposed to do that. Okay, well, we'll do this instead. Yeah, I don't think I played that one right. I'm pretty sure I could have... I forgot that it's an ETB trigger, so I'm pretty sure I could have just binded it and it wouldn't resolve, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Just gonna try to hold up Counterspell. Okay, we'll play that game. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I want here. Mountain Plains or second blue source. Go Mountain Plains. Okay, SWE is good. It's not the right mana. Interesting, that resolves. I think I already played Atlantis turn. Okay. He's probably got a bolt or something. Yep, it's not going to resolve. Second bolt. Okay. So he can't cast a Murktide here, right, with Rest in Peace in play. So I feel pretty good, like... I was going to try to draw a bunch of extra cards, which is annoying having multiple baubles, but it's much less good when I have Rest in Peace in play. Okay, it doesn't even attack. Just going to get the basic planes here. Unless he was waiting for me to tap out and has another removal spell, but it doesn't look like it. He could. If he has another bolt.
There's arguments to just buying the Ragavan now. He could be holding a counterspell, but I'll just make him use it. Because I don't want him to draw into the counterspell if he doesn't have one. So I'm gonna just try it. So he's probably gonna draw another bolt. He's gonna draw 2 cards. Okay, that's a good draw. See if he has an Unholy Heat for the Ragavan. Nope, he's gonna use his counterspell for that. Okay. We're just gonna grab Giganta here. So we'll see. He's probably at some point he'll find another bolt. Especially if he just keeps iterating. Expressive iterating. Yep. So let's see what he found. Ledger Shredder, maybe? Nope, nothing. It's good for me. He could have, obviously, he could have another counterspell. Okay. Now he doesn't have anything. So we will just play our Jam our Gigantha. He doesn't really have a way to kill Gigantha as far as I know. Without Delirium. He would have to like double bolt. Or bolt and tribal, or bolt and Unholy Heat. Okay. Third Bauble. So he's getting a lot of card draw, but so far he's been breaking a lot, which helps me. He's got to find a bolt at some point. Um, okay, this is fine. He does get the Surveil trigger. I could not bolt DRC, but I think I'm just going to bolt it. Swing for 5, then hold up SWD. I want to be able to chump. What are you doing? Okay, so he knows what his next card is. Does that mean it's something relevant? Is he going to try to like bolt plus heat or something? Okay. Assuming he's going to find another threat. Maybe he'll dash a Ragavan and like top deck something useful for my deck. That would be annoying. He's got a lot of cards in hand, so assume he's got something. Okay, So we got through it. That shows the strength of Gigantha in this matchup because it basically can turn a top decking. Like, I guess he just kept bricking, but without being able to cast a Murktide, then he, like, all these cards in his graveyard don't help him at all. Yeah, I mean, all his cards in exile. Like, he probably had like 2 Murktides in hand and just like wasn't able to do anything. And same with like DRC. Like, DRC is a 1/1. So on the play, we're gonna do Prismatic Ending, and we're gonna take out a monkey probably. I think I like this. We just want that extra removal on the draw for against Ragavan. Okay, game 3. Obviously, he knows that I have Rest in Peace now. I know, of course, he has Dress Down. I knew he had Dress Down, but sometimes you gotta play your threats. This hand has no threats, so I don't think I'm gonna keep this. If it had 1 threat, it'd be great, because I got the answer to Ragavan, I got the answer to Murktide, but it doesn't have any threats. Okay, this hand's fine, too. I like this. We'll get rid of Steam Vents here. I do have to be more wary of Blood Moon. I don't really know that I can play around it with this hand. Okay, well, I've got an answer for that. We're just going to do the same thing we did last time. I don't know if he's got a counter, or sorry, he's got Spell Pierce or something in his deck. I'm just not going to risk it. I'm going to kill his Ragavan. He could dash another one. It's fine. See if he just tries to hold up Counterspell here. Yep. So I'll just play a Nacatl. It's a good draw. Obviously, if he jams Blood Moon, I'm in bad shape, but I, again, don't really have a way to play around it. Let him use a Counterspell. Well, maybe he's got Bolt or something. Don't Blood Moon me, please. Okay. It's a good sign. But you're going to try Archmage's Charm me? Probably. I'm just going to jam Rest in Peace. Get him to use a counter. Yep, now he can't Archmage's Charm me. He could have a removal spell, of course, for Nacatl. But now with Monkey, I'm less vulnerable to Blood Moon. Yep, but he was definitely holding up Charm, I think, there. Trying to take control of the Nacatl. So maybe I should have jammed Brawler. Obviously, Rest in Peace is good in this, and I want to resolve it, but I know how he's playing his deck, so I do have Teferi, too, so I can now bounce a Murktide if he plays one. If I can ever get another land. I'm fine if he just passes the turn. I'll just keep swinging at him with a 3/3. Binding is a good draw. Now, oh, he doesn't have 3 mana for Charm. You could say I could dash a Ragavan there. I feel like he's holding up a removal spell. I'm just going to jam a Brawler. Put more pressure on. Again, he's got another counter spell. He's got it, but... Yep. So he had a bolt the whole time. He was just waiting to use it, but I still feel like I'm in a good spot. Maybe he'll jam Murktide with counterspell up. No, he's going to just keep dirtling. Okay, well, I really like a third land. That'd be great. Yep, he'll play his DRC. He'll play his... How many bolts does he have? Jeez. Again, that's fine. If I get another land, I'll probably just bounce the DRC back. Maybe. I do get another land. The question is, do I want 5 types? Do I risk getting Blood Mooned and just, like, losing? Maybe bouncing DRC isn't great, but he already has Delirium, so I think it is. I don't think he's got Spell Pierce. I could also bind the DRC and dash Ragavan. Doesn't really get me anywhere, though. Kind of want to get Teferi on board. Smart move is probably to get a Plains here, but I want 1 mana binding. Oh, sorry, actually I can't. I have to get a Plains. Okay. Well, I won't have 1 mana binding. I think we're just going to cycle Teferi, basically. Spell Pierce. Okay, doesn't matter. Oh, he's looking for a subtlety. Did not find it. So we're going to take Teferi down. Because he's going to die on Unholy Heat anyway. Bolt's fine. So obviously my opponent has many ways to kill him, but that's fine. He'll replay his DRC. Another DRC. Murktide now. So I draw another red. No. Again, I've got binding for Murktide, so I don't really care about that. I can't play Scion here, so I think we're just going to play binding. Going to cost 2 mana, and then I can have Bolt up. I think that's fine. I guess he can't interact with it, so there's no point in me. Although he could kill my Teferi, and in response I'll bind. Let's stick Teferi up. So I think I'm just going to bolt one of the DRCs and bind the Murktide. And then turn after that I can dash Ragavan maybe. He's going to kill my Teferi, but that's not the end of the world. Or I could just let the DRC swing in. I don't necessarily need... I could just bolt face here. We'll see. See who he attacks at Teferi and who he attacks at face. Okay, I guess he's just going to Holy Heat Teferi. Do I just take 6 here? I think I should bolt one of these. Maybe that's not the right move. Maybe I should just bolt face. Another land would be great to get that 4th type, or 5th type for Scion. Okay, that'll do it. Could dash Monkey here. He probably has a removal spell in hand that I'm not in great shape. Could Tribal Flames face. Let's dash Monkey. If he counters Monkey, that's okay. Subtlety. He's going to hard cast Subtlety for Monkey. Okay. I think we want him on top, right? Yeah. Next turn I can double spell. Okay, so my clock is a little short now. 2-turn clock. He's probably going to keep Subtlety back, but... Yep. Oh, no, he's just going to live dangerously. He must have another counter in hand. Or he just thinks we're going to race here. Yeah, let's see. If he has Bolt in hand, then let's think about this for a second. If he has Bolt in hand, then I will die next turn if I dash Ragavan. Or Counterspell in hand. So my options are play Scion. He could have a Counterspell. Then, oh, this is flying too. So I think we have to bait out the Counterspell with Monkey. And then hope to draw something off the top of his deck if he doesn't have it. Okay. So Monkey still has dash, I'm pretty sure. He just won't give me... Does he not have dash? I don't understand how layers work. Okay. I'll just kill his DRC then. Unless he just drew a counterspell. So I'm not in great shape. Like, I die if he has... Well, he no longer has Delirium. Oh, everyone lost abilities. That's right. Okay, he's going to try to draw a bunch of cards. Probably try and draw a removal spell, I guess. Okay, he top decked a removal spell, so now he can kill the Ragavan. Oh, he can bolt me. Okay, so now I mean, he top decked what he needed. So, very close game. And he had a Braid anyway. So, well, that sucks. I'll have to think if I could have played it differently. Like, of course I had different options. You know, maybe bouncing the DRC wasn't right. Like, I thought I played it pretty well, running my threats out, putting pressure on him. It's just like that subtlety killed me. He had some pretty good top decks, I feel like, for in terms of a Braid, dress down. Like, he kind of found what he needed. So it was a close game. That's kind of like the bad thing about losing the dice roll in this matchup is it is very much a dice roll dependent matchup. But like, you know, he managed to get what he needed. So yeah, I guess that'll be a loss, unfortunately, in round one. Again, I don't know what else I'd have to rewatch it. Like, these matchups are always really close, so you know there were of course things I could have played differently or better. But I don't know what he's possibly thinking about. I don't have anything left. Yeah, subtleties just killed me. I mean, he got them both games. Like, I don't know how many has in the deck, but like at like the perfect time, both times he got it. So okay, well that's round one. I'll be back for round two. All right, well looks like I got a bye for round two, which is kind of lame. So I'll see you guys for round three. Back for round three. This time I'll be on the play. This is a one-lander, so I'm going to mulligan that. This is a one-lander, so I'm going to mulligan that. Okay, this is a two-lander. Keep. We will get rid of Tribal Flames and I believe a Binding. Done. So I'm going to play Flooded Strand. It's unlikely that there's something I'm going to want to counter first turn, so this is probably just going to grab me a Triome. But we'll see what my opponent is on. There could be something. Hammer. Affinity. Shadow Spear. I do have Binding for this. I'm going to just stub this. You'd say maybe save it for the hammer, but I think this is fine. I still have a Binding for the hammer. Since they're likely hammer, then I'm not worried about removal spells. And I draw another stubby anyway, so it's all well and good. So now I have 4 types, can play my Brawler, and the next turn I can either hold up stub or Binding. Okay, they get their Stoneforge Mystic, which is fine because again I have binding for Cauldron complete. Let's see if they get Hammer or Cauldron. They do get Cauldron. Makes sense. Okay, I have Remand as well. See if they flash it into. Okay, here's a Saga. Cigar's Aid. Could WD this. I think I need to wait for the because I guess he'll get haste and he'll deal 5, so I probably just want to wait. I'll just bind when he tries to flash in the Cauldron. Okay. Yep. I could just bolt the Mystic right here. Doesn't get rid of the Cauldron, but saves me. I think I'm just going to do that. Oh, I fucked that up. I forgot the living weapon rules. That was a big punt there. Just wasted a bolt for no reason. Well, that probably just lost me the game. Very frustrating. Okay. Well, I didn't realize it would still trigger the living weapon if he had said to equip it, so. Right, that was a huge mistake. Actually, let's not yield through this turn. Oh, man, what a punt. What a punt. And now I can't. That was my only threat. Yeah, this is now a blowout. Yep. Okay, well, lost my punt. Not a good place to be. It's okay. Yeah, I forgot how living weapon works. I thought if he had said to equip it, he wouldn't get the living weapon trigger. But I guess that's not the case. So that's fine. We're gonna bring in. We have a lot of answers for this matchup. We want to trim on some 1-drops. Let's trim on Remand. Okay, so what do we bring in? So we brought in our Hidetsugu Consumes All. We brought in our Wear Tears. We brought in our second Dramokas. We trimmed on 1-drops because we have Hidetsugu. And then we trimmed our Remand. It's just not that good against a deck with such a low curve. Okay, no lander. I can get 2 types. I don't know if I keep this. I guess I'll keep it. It's got some sideboard hate. It is awkward, though. Put a Nacatl back. Basically, we're just going to go Triome turn 1 for a Savai Triome, and then turn 2 Brawler, and then turn 3, hopefully, like they've got a wide board, and I'll just wipe it. Okay, that's going to make things more complicated. Second Hidetsugu doesn't help me here. Oh, man. I'm still... We'll see. See if I can get by. The Giver is not great, because now they can just protect a creature. But I have Trample here, so it's not the end of the world. Do need another land. Yep. So now I need to... I can't even kill Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see if he gets a hammer. He does get a hammer, not Cauldron complete. So... Shotgun, red, blue, play Nacatl. If he has Cauldron complete in hand, that's really bad for me, but there's not much I can do. He's going to know I've got a counter up. That's okay, though. Yeah, I mean, I'll get one swing with my Nacatl maybe next turn. Or maybe I should just hold it so I don't wipe it. No, I think I need it to chump here. In case he has like double hammer or something crazy. A double hammer. Yeah. We're just gonna need it to chump. Of course, it's bad if he has the Cauldron complete. It's very bad. That's also bad. My board wipe's not going to do much here. Maybe we'll just counter this. Kabu's good. I'll let him block whoever he wants to block here. Okay. Three or more artifacts. He's still a while from three or more artifacts. So I think I kill. Okay. I don't remember setting blocker order. Did I not already do that? Yeah, I guess I did. Well, that's that's another punt. Okay, getting frustrated now. I'm gonna play my Kabu. We'll bluff that another counter up. Yeah, I don't remember it asking me to assign damage, but I must have clicked through it. So that's unfortunate. Because I would have killed his paladin, obviously. I guess it wouldn't have made a difference. He would have assigned damage differently. That's fine. Maybe I shouldn't attack there with... I guess I forced him to take 5. Let's see what he does here. Fortunately, like, this is the... I have Hidetsugu and he has a handful of 2-drops. So this is kind of like the downside of sometimes how it happens. Okay, this doesn't... Okay, he's going to draw a card. He doesn't have enough artifacts, though. Well, of course, get another hammer, but I have a second Hidetsugu. Now he can... See, he's got 1... Okay. Let me think here. If I swing, he'll give something protection. Let's see, he'll create a artifact token. He'll probably kill my brawler. But maybe he'll let 5 through. No, he'll probably... We'll see. I think one of my creatures will connect here. Of course, he could have like Cauldron complete, which would be bad, but I think I attack with everything here. Do I discard one of these Hidetsugus? I might need it. I'm not sure about that. So I've had now big punts both games. Doesn't feel great. I could just kill its paladin here. Like, do I think he's got a Cigar's 8 in hand? Because then I guess I'm not dead unless he has Cigar's 8 and 2 hammers. I can always wipe the board again next turn. I think I just do this. I'm going to keep that artifact count down. So if he has another artifact in hand, then I guess I'm in bad shape, but I'll just hit Etsugu again. Could have killed the Paladin. Maybe that was a better play. I'm not sure. I'm not dead unless he has, like, Ornithopter into another hammer. Well, if there's an artifact. Still not dead, though. So he'll do 12. Okay. Okay, let's think for a moment. Could wipe his board, attack, get him to 2, and then next turn Tribal Flames. Like, I'm dead to, like, a Ginger Brute, I guess, in that case. I think that's what I have to do. This is a little risky, but just gonna get white because I want to pay the tax. Oh, I can't pay the tax. That was stupid. Just wasted a life point. That's fine. So I guess I'm dead to Ginger Brute or Shadow Spear. Yeah, I shouldn't have forgot the Esper Sentinel rule. So I would be at 4, then I wouldn't be dead to Ginger Brute. That doesn't matter. I'll get to draw cards. Should attack with Paladin, get me to 1. Okay, close game that I snuck out of. Oh no, if he had, he doesn't have colored mana for Spell Pierce. Okay, now he knows I have Hidetsugu, but I think we're just gonna keep the sideboarding the same. And we'll resubmit. So haven't played this match very well. Let's hope I can get by in game 3. I feel like generally this matchup's pretty favorable. With Leyline Binding, it got a lot better than what it was. Okay, this is fine. Another Hidetsugu is good to see. See if I can survive until turn 3. Plains, Springleaf Drum. Okay, that's fine. We'll go. So this is going to grab a Savai Triumph, and then we're going to grab Overgrown Tomb on 3. Or maybe a basic. We'll see. Fortunately, if he has Stoneforge Mystic again, which he probably does, or else he wouldn't have kept this hand, then like I can't do a whole lot about it at the moment. If he gets a Calder complete. Yep. See if he gets the hammer. Get the hammer? No, he gets Shadow Spear. That's fine too. There's the hammer. Do I want to go Scion here or Kavu? Probably Kavu. So this shoe's going to be, he'll equip Shadow Spear, but he's not a creature to equip it to, so he could have Ginger Brute, but I think we just go Kavu next turn. We'll wipe the board. Or I could do Scion because he can't block the flyers. He can't chump the flyers with Saga tokens. I think I like that better. I'm not sure. It's close because you could argue maybe I wait until turn 3 to go Hidetsugu or turn 4, but I don't think I'll have that luxury. I think he's going to get too far ahead. Yep. Yep. All right, now I think I just lose. What the hell, man? Turn 3. Well, that was fun. So if I block, I take 17. Oh, sorry, I take 18. Wow, very frustrating. So I mean, it's all I only have myself to blame because I punted the first game away. Okay, round 4 looks like I'll be on the play. Can't do this hand. These lands are too awkward. Basic Plains kills me. This is fine. But I can't play Scion turn 2 if I play Ragavan turn 1. I guess I can actually. So let's put back. Let me think for a second. Put back one of these Flooded Strands. Okay, we're going to go Ragavan turn 1. If Ragavan connects, then turn 2 I can grab a Triome. That's a bad start for me. Probably Rhinos. See if my Ragavan just dies right away, as usual. So now we can potentially grab a Triome turn 2 if my Ragavan connects, and then we can still play Scion. Of course, now I have to worry about Rhinos coming down, so maybe I just hold up Stub. He probably has a fire. Play this first. Or ice. I could stub whatever he's trying to cast here, probably fire, but that doesn't really solve anything. Then I'm at risk of Rhinos just going off. So petty theft. Okay. So we're just going to play Ragavan again and hold up Stubby D because it seems like Rhinos. Shardless Agent, it seems like. So he's got a Violent Outburst, so I can't crack this yet. So instead, we'll just attack. Oh no, I didn't think he was going to do that. See if he has the force. Does not. Ragavan will connect. There's his force. Fortunately, now I have to crack the treasure to play my Nacatl. And I can hold up Bolt. I think that's better than just not playing anything. Of course, if he just has the second one, then looks like he probably does. Yeah, man, that Gemstone Caverns really makes it much harder to deal with this. Because now it's turn 3 and he's already casted. This is now his second Cascade spell. So, see what he's running in this deck. Force Negation. So he's running Blood Moon, which is interesting. Gemstone Caverns and Blood Moon. It's good to know. So, like, now it's not really great. I can bolt his Shardless Agent. Doesn't really accomplish much. Land. Okay, got the land. So let's think about this. So if I go... I jam Scion. I could swing with Ragavan. He'll probably just block with Shardless Agent. I like this. Yep. It's fine. I got his first strike. I think we just hold up Bolt here. I guess I'm dead to... Well, I'm not dead to Violent Outburst. So I think we're fine. I guess I should have swung with Nacatl too. Nah, I know I trade with one of those Rhinos. I don't know if that's worth it. Or maybe he would have blocked differently. Maybe he just jams a Blood Moon here. Fury. No, he doesn't have enough red for Fury. Well, that's annoying. Second red source. Steam vents. Red and blue source. I think I just have to take the damage here. Hope I top deck Tribal Flames. Because I'm dead to Violent Outburst plus Fire. I mean, if he has another Rhinos, he has another Rhinos. Like, can't really do much at this point. Fury? Nothing? Yeah. I guess now I just lose, so that was stupid. He's going to go to... I guess I should have left Nacatl back. No, that doesn't make a difference. I needed to flip something useful there. Like a Shardless Agent, Violent Outburst, anything. Because if I play Ragavan here... then he can swing in for... he'll do 2 damage. Oh, he'll do 3 damage with Ragavan. Okay, GG. Yeah, 2 Rhino spells in the first 3 turns. Hard to deal with, as you would imagine. He has a Blood Moon deck, but I think we're more concerned. We're gonna get Remand's good, so we want the stop the Cascade spells. We went to Fairy. We also want Hidetsugu for Rhinos. And what do we want to take out? These guys aren't so good. So I need to trim on 2 more. I think Tribal Flames. I could trim on Bolt. Trim on a Bolt. He's got Fire. He could bring Fury. I don't know if it makes a difference. Trim on Tribal Flames, maybe. Let's try this out. Oh, man. That's Flusterstorm. I think we can do better. Okay, this is better. Maybe get rid of Bolt here. Please don't have another Gemstone Caverns. Okay, so we're just going to go green-blue here. Cast our Nacatl. I could keep up binding here. I don't know what he would cast that I would want to bind, so we're just gonna get Triumph. He's gonna try to fire this. I will stub it. No, he needs 2 mana for that. Dead. Yeah. It's my only threat, so I want to protect it. Let's get our Savai Triumph for 5 types. Again, he can't go off for another turn. I've got Flusterstorm for Rhinos, so you can say that maybe I should have kept that Stubby D for Rhinos, but with another counter in hand and the fact I have no other threats, then I'm going to just do this. I'm going to make him waste another spell on it. Maybe he's got Fire. No, Fire wouldn't work. So now he doesn't have a great way to kill it. Fortunately, we don't draw the 3rd land, so just keep up binding and Flusterstorm. Keep applying pressure. Of course, if he just goes Blood Moon here, I'm kind of screwed, but again, I don't have a way to play around it, so that's just going to have to be how it goes. Blood Moon? Yep. Again, don't have a way to play around it with this hand. If I had gotten a 3rd land, then I had a way to play around it, but otherwise, I had to fetch like a basic Plains. Yep, there's the 3rd land. Of course, doesn't matter. Now I can't stop anything, so... Just grab Gigantha here. Now he'll just get his Rhinos in play. See if I can hold on. Yeah, I mean, you can say, like, oh, should I have kept up Stubby D to not kill my Nacatl? Well, I still wouldn't have had any pressure on, so another dead. And now he's got Rhinos, probably. Okay. Well, not drawing any action, nothing we can cast. So we just pass the turn. Maybe he just doesn't have any Cascade spells. No, he does. There it is. Okay. Well, oh, he's cycling. Okay, he still doesn't have a Cascade spell. I mean, if I could draw some lands, like, I could cast Gigantha, but, you know, can't really do that without lands. Or a Monkey. Just gonna hard cast a Fury. Maybe a Bolt would be good. Bolt is needed. It's a fair. Oh my god. Guess we just Tribal Flames him for one. That doesn't seem great. Well, we're getting dunked on by Blood Moon. Old turn 3 Blood Moon. And not drawing a second land, so. Bolt. Monkey. No way Monkey resolves. But we'll give it a shot. It's probably got a fire or something. Subtlety, maybe. Okay, it resolves. Let's see if it he just ices it or something. Yep. Okay, he's got another dead. Third dead. Not bad. Top 14 cards. Not bad. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, this game's over. Unless I draw basic planes here, then he's got me on 2-turn clock and I can't win. Or a Bolt. Bolt would also work. But he could have a Force in hand. Nope.